Hey,
Hello,
hey,
everyone.
hey, everybody. Super excited to be live with you today. And today we've got a special guest with us. We've got MD from OmniKick. MD, how are we doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited. We're gonna show the welcome series automation today with the sequences, the email, the push, and also the entire workflow. So I'm excited. Let's do this.
I'm excited too. And just so in case everybody doesn't know yet, which I guess I don't because we actually came up with this, what we're going to start doing next week is you guys are actually going to be introducing a brand new campaign template
Mm-hmm.
for everybody that buys and purchases, jumps
Mm-hmm.
on the lifetime deal for OmniKick. So a little bit about that before we start. One thing that we've been getting, a lot of feedback on is got a lot of excitement. People are super stoked about OmniKick, which is great to see all the excitement. One of the things that keeps popping up as far as comments and emails that we're getting in is, hey, about sequences as far as like getting set up. Do you have anything for this or that? So what we've gone ahead and done is now we're creating, more templates for like different niches, different use cases, and so forth. So guys, if you have like a specific need for something, whether it's like onboarding for SaaS, just for an example, which is one that we're actually doing, we're coming up with that we'll show. They're going to be adding more templates, campaigns, so it's really just a plug and play system. So get OmniKick, set up your sequence, or just use one of the templates that's already in there, pre-made. So again, which one are we going to go over today, MD?
We're gonna show the e-commerce welcome series, but that is actually customizable to any business, any online business.
Okay, great. And just so everybody knows, so this is ready to go out of the box, right? So if someone logs in today, they want to start using it. I mean, they can, right?
Yes, the welcome series is set up. We'll just put it into the system so someone can come in and get into it. So we actually have 4 built-in beforehand that everyone already has right now. And once we go ahead and add more templates where they would have more +1 and 1 after the 4s as well.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. So I'm excited. So yeah, guys. So again, a simple out of the box, ready solution, ready to go. All you would have to do obviously is just change some things up in there if you wanted to, but pretty much you could just use it right away is the way it's being set up. Correct?
Correct. Yes. You just go ahead and change your brand logo, brand motto, things like that.
Perfect. That's so awesome. That's going to help out so many people get started right away. That is fantastic. All right, so take it away, MD. Show us, show us this super awesome campaign. We'd love to see it.
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Okay, if you go ahead and add that to the screen, let me know when you do it. Is it added? Okay, all right, great. So the thing that I was talking about, guys, is that the 4 that we already have built in. So I wanted to show those first. So we actually have the Shopify discount welcome series. We have the Shopify bounce back. Let me go ahead and, all right, there you go. So you can see much better. So the Shopify discount welcome series, the Shopify bounce back, the Shopify win back, and the Shopify cart abandonment workflow. So these are already built into automations. Once you go into automations, you just see on the draft, you have 4 of this. The workflows are built in. And for this, you already have the sequences in place. Yes. So the 4 sequences that are needed, that is in the workflow automation. Once you go inside any one of those, let me just go ahead and give you a quick review of it. For example, if I go with Shopify win back, all right, go ahead and edit it. So as you can see, everything is set up, and the sequences you can re-engage and win back sequence. So this sequence and the tag, you can just go ahead and add the tags by yourself. So these are actually built in the sequences, and you can just use any one of those to go ahead and show it. So this is one that you have built in. Now coming to the thing that we updated.
And what is this for exactly? Like how would somebody use this? Why would they use this, etc.?
Right. Well, the automations are basically used, like, for example, if I talk about discount welcome series, that means that a customer actually went ahead and logged into Shopify or created the product, right? But they did not buy it. They just went to your store and subscribed to your newsletter or something like that. So you can use this automation to help them let them know about your store, your product, and then go ahead and make them a customer. At the end of the day, the goal is making a visitor into a customer for all of this. Bounce back means someone who went ahead and did not buy it, or they just paused about it. So you go ahead and get them back. Re-engage is that this is for an inactive customer, a customer who had been inactive for, let's say, 3 months or 6 months. You go ahead and start engaging with him again and make your regular customer. And we all know about cart abandonment. So cart abandonment is basically someone puts a product into cart, forgets about it, never buys it. So you use this to go ahead and get them back and give them the product that they actually left on cart abandonment. So you have these automations already, all of them in the draft. So now I would go ahead and show you guys the new automation that I placed in today. So here we go. Okay. So this is the new automation, guys. That is the e-commerce welcome series, right? So the reason I named it e-commerce welcome series is because I went ahead and used e-commerce templates. But you can go ahead and, for example, so this is how it starts off. All right. So this is how it starts off. You submit a funnel. So I would go ahead and show each step so that everyone gets a bit clear about it. So how do we start the automation? We click on it, right? We select a goal, right? As all of you know. So we click on this and we select a goal and we select the OmniKick trigger rule, and then we choose a trigger which is submitted a drift form. And then you would have the built-in drift form that we have right now, the one drift form that is built in into V2. So you just go ahead and select that and click on save, and then this one comes up. And then when you go, the next step is that applying them as the new subscriber tag, right? Because they just came in, they just subscribed to your newsletter. So you need to put a tag on them for you to understand who they are, right? So you apply the tag, which is the new subscriber. There are many tags depending on how you want to choose them. So you apply
to answer Armando's question real fast, no, this is not only for Shopify. He's asking if this only works for Shopify.
No, absolutely not. This is for everyone. Like, think about it. You have a store or you have a website. Just think about this, that you have a website and you have the version 2 running in it, right? And the drift form that pops up and they just subscribe to it. The moment they subscribe to it, they are into this workflow, right? So you can go ahead and then make them apply the new subscriber tag, that they are the new subscriber. I do understand if some of the customers or our viewers would get confused by e-commerce welcome series. This is just, you can go ahead and rename this anytime. So if it's, let's say, I had some of the comments, someone mentioned about insurance, someone mentioned about food delivery, someone mentioned about other businesses. So you can just go ahead and edit this part. So you can write food delivery welcome series. This is just for you to see, the customer won't see it. So you can just write welcome series in general, right? So this is the sequence that I would show that I have created, send the e-commerce welcome series sequence. How we go ahead and put this in is that we send a sequence and then we select the built-in sequence, but we have to make the sequences first, right? So I'm just quickly going through the workflow that I just made. Then once you send the e-commerce welcome series sequence, you wait 3 days, right? You wait 3 days if they have not purchased within that, and then you go ahead and resume at 11 or time of your choosing, right? And then it exits. But then it comes up to order created via Shopify. So if they go ahead and create this order, like they are already your customer, so you do not need to go ahead and send them this sequence again, right? They would be annoyed because they've already bought it. So you remove the new subscriber tag. That means they are already your paid customer, and then you apply the paid customer tag. So you're going ahead and actually segmenting your visitor to a new subscriber, and then they go ahead and buy the product, and then you're applying the paid customer tag. And that's it. So once they are the paid customer, they go ahead and exit the workflow. So this is a very simple workflow. You can use it for any welcome series, for any type of businesses. The main thing that matters, guys, is the sequence. How do you create the sequence, right? So let me go ahead and go into our e-commerce welcome series sequence. So let's go to sequences. So this is built in the e-commerce welcome series sequence.
And we got a quick question from Tanner.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you saw that. So he wants to know, does this integrate directly with Shopify or other e-com platforms?
Shopify integration is built into the system. So let me show you. If you go to settings, as you can see, this is you can just go ahead and install Shopify, and then you can go ahead and connect with Shopify. That is built in. And then you have the manual installation code for any kind of other websites or landing pages or platforms, anything else. You can just use this, and you go ahead and connect it via manually. So that is the Shopify is automatic. This one is manually, but you can go ahead and use the drift form. Once the customer comes into the drift form, you'll be able to put them into the workflow and the automation as well.
Got it. Hey guys, and if you have questions, I see some people asking some great questions. Go ahead and put them down there. We'll go ahead and answer them as soon as we can. Obviously, we want to keep MD on the roll too, as far as the sequences as well.
Absolutely, yes. So yeah, let's go into the sequence. So the e-commerce welcome sequence, right? So this would be in order for customers to go ahead and use it. What you can do, there are two ways, right? You can go ahead and edit the one that you already have in the system, or you can go ahead and duplicate it. That means you would keep the template untouched, and you just duplicate it, and another one that creates by itself. It would be the same thing, so that you can rename it, re-edit it, up to you. So let me just go ahead and click on edit. So there are three messages that we would go ahead and send in the welcome series sequence. Each message is one email and one push, right? So we have the welcome, the first email, which is welcome to the family, right? Whether that's through push or through email. The second is letting them know about something exciting that you guys have, maybe a new product, maybe a new design, or if it's, I'm actually intrigued by the food delivery comment that I had, so I would go ahead and
that was a great one, wasn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So I would go ahead and try to add those in between, just to help out the customer. So the food delivery, the same thing. You can go ahead and place it like a special promotion. You have this new food cuisines or these new platters that are available. You can go ahead and get it. And the third one, obviously, if the customer did not get your product, by getting the welcome message and also learning about the new product that you have or the new food items that you have, then you give them a discount in order to make them approach, in order to actually make them more encouraging to buy your product, right? So let me go ahead and start with the first one. So this is welcome.
And one of the things I kind of want to throw out there, sorry, I'm interrupting you.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the things I want to throw out there is we've seen a lot of like email type systems come out there. But one of the things I really want to kind of stress, as far as like the automations that OmniKick does, right? If you actually go in and look at like some of these, they don't really, as far as like these email systems platforms or the like that claim automations, they really don't have a lot of automations when you actually dive into the system, or they're extremely complicated. It seems like very few times do we ever see a combination of both, where it's easy to set up and it does offer some very robust, very powerful automations, which is what I love about OmniKick. So just want to throw that out there.
Absolutely. Well, yes, guys, like the automations, as you have already seen, right? Let me go ahead and just show it one more time. Making the automations are so fun. It is it's a very fun task to be. You're like actually playing a game. You're setting the goals, you're setting the actions, you're setting decisions. You're playing a game. That's the thing. That's why you're setting up the automations.
Well, absolutely, so, and you can actually change that over time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which actually, Roll has a great question. He wants to know, here, I'll throw it up here on the screen. Can we have statistics of the welcome sequences, for example, figures of sales generated?
Right. So yeah, that is a great question. And we have actually mentioned it about it. Basically, on the summary, as you can see over here, you go ahead and have the total subscribers, email, push, open rate, click rate, things like that. On the, as you can see over here, you have a blank space. So over here, what we would have is that we would have a graph, right? And we would also have each channel revenue generated, right? So how much revenue generated through email, how much revenue generated to push, So all of this would be in details once we have the detailed analytics that is on the roadmap. So you would actually have every single clicks, every single engagement, every single revenue, every single sales that has been generated. All of those would be percentized based on each channel. Also, you would have a graph of your growth. How much have you growth from time to time? So this would be coming up on the dashboard on the detailed analytics part is implemented.
Got it. Got it. And Tanner asked, or does it integrate with like Integrity or Pabbly Connect? No, as of right now, no, but webhooks are being added as soon as possible. Right. For that, so it'll be easy ad for everybody. We know everybody loves webhooks, so once the team is working on that, I don't know if you want to say something about that, MD.
Yes. Well, we are actually working on the webhooks. The webhooks are on the roadmap with a deadline as well, but I do understand that deadline is a bit farther from what people are expecting and trying to get it now. So what we are doing actually, we are trying to make it come up into the system and implement it much more faster. So we go ahead and put it in work or in production from next week. That is what I can say.
Nice.
So we
nice.
Try to have it as fast as possible,
Yeah. Okay. One thing about this community, they love webhooks. No question
about it. Yeah, they do. And that is why, well, basically, guys, to be honest with all of our viewers and customers, we never had the plan of actually implementing webhooks, But when you actually arrived and was welcomed to the LTD family, we actually got so many feedbacks about getting webhooks and getting APIs, so they can go ahead and manually connect with so many other platforms that would actually help them out. So that is what encouraged us to go ahead and put that into the roadmap just for you guys. This was not in our plan at all, but this is just for you guys. We put it into the roadmap, and we are trying to push it rather than putting it below the planned features that we have. So we're trying to push it up so that you guys can get it faster.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's one thing about, I always say about this community, they're fantastic as far as letting you know what the use cases are, obviously even for longer term, not just the LTD community, but outside of that as well. So it's really hard to get that type of feedback from anywhere else. But our early adopters for lifetimedeal.com, they're amazing. I mean, they help out our partners, our partner founders in so many different ways. So that's fantastic to see.
I'm loving it. I'm loving the feedback from the customers, and they are so understanding. That is the best part. Some of the customers are actually, they support us so that we can go ahead and create the best system for them. And that support would actually make us, reach our goal. And that way, after that, once the OmniKick's entire system is ready, they can just sit back, relax, and let OmniKick do all of their marketing for them.
And just to throw out there too, one thing I was really impressed with, because you guys actually, I know that there was a couple customers and a lifetimedeal.com people. As far as now, you guys have actually taken the time out of your day and jumped on a call with them before.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. You don't see that a lot of times from a SaaS company, from a software platform.
It's like I was personally engaging with them myself. So I'm not letting any support guy, I'm not letting a support staff go ahead and speak with them, right? I personally spoke with them on my personal messenger, right? So I believe very few people actually go ahead and do that, because everyone wants to go through the support email and the support chat, right? But I want to engage with my customers. That's why we actually make it, we call it the OmniKick family. We don't call it the community, right? It's a family to us, right? So where do you speak with your family? You speak with your family in personal messages, right? So that is how we treat our customers, and that is how we want to continue this onwards.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, okay. So for the automation portion of this, so we're getting someone in. Now, again, this example and this sequence is set up more for specifically for ecom, but you can come in here. You could put this into your system. You could actually go in on the sequence. Obviously, it's ready to go. It's right out of the box. Plug it in. Add your own logo in there if you want, obviously. But what you're going to want to add your own logo. But you've got it set up. It's ready to go. Now you can go in there. You can change this up if you have a specific need. If you're like, you know what, I think I want to throw in another email here, or you know what would be really good for what I'm doing specifically, or my own clients are doing, is I'm going to add a push notification right here. This seems to work really good, And again, you can basically A/B split test it as far as try it out for a while and see what the numbers are, versus removing something, adding something, add another thing. Also, we had a quick question about A/B split testing on the emails.
Right. We have the split, like the split testing would also be available when we go ahead and put in the detailed analytics. So yes, that is actually coming up as well. Right now, your split testing would be manually, but we would have the analytics that's showing the results of each campaign that will actually come up once we implement the detailed analytics.
Perfect.
All right, excellent. So the thing that I was talking about the question of the automation, right? As Aaron was mentioning, how simple is it? So regarding the A/B testing and how simple it is, what you can do is like for this e-commerce welcome series over here, you can go ahead and create duplicates, right? So let's say you create 2 more duplicates. You have e-commerce welcome series, and then 1, and then 2. So you have 3. So you can go ahead and go into one of those, right? And over here we send 1, right? So we send the e-commerce welcome series sequence. You can go ahead and add more sequence. So you can go ahead and add multiple sequences on one. You go ahead and add send 1 sequence. You can go ahead and send 2 sequence on different automations, and then you can try it out for each week and see which one actually works better for you. So this is how simple it is. And just to show what we are offering on the automations is that we have the action, the decision, the fork, the goal, the delay, and the exit. So everyone knows what is the exit about, right? You just exit from the system. The delay is you give a time period, whether that's days, hours, or minutes, before you go ahead and get another action to the customer, get another decision to the customer. Goal is that at the end of goal, what is everyone's end goal? It is to get the sales, right? It is making the visitor into a customer. So that is what the goal is for you. Set your own goal, and once the goal is reached, then the customer is no longer in the workflow. The fork and the decision. The decision is a split path, right? So you have to take a yes or a no. If it's yes, where will your customer go? What will you send them? If it's a no, where your customers will go? What will you send them? Fork is that the customers would go both the paths. They will walk both the paths and meet at the same line, right? So that means that there is no decision here. So in fork, the last walkthrough that I actually mentioned about, I gave an example for the fork. It's like basically that on the same occasion, you have 2 types of promotions going on, right? So you can send both the promotions to the customer, and the customer can go ahead and decide which one they want to grab, So that's why the fork is there, so that the customers can see both of the promotions. And the action is that you can go ahead and put a tag into the customer, segment them, you send them a sequence, and you go ahead and separate them. So that is what the action is, how you want to go ahead and engage with your customer on a specific campaign. So this is what we're providing on the automations. And so that is just, I will not go ahead much more into it because I actually talked about it on the last walkthrough. So if you go ahead and see our last live video, you'll be able to see what all of this explains in details.
And now, we can go into that on other videos as well.
Absolutely.
But bottom line, there is a ton of stuff, guys, that you can do. It's really going to be dependent on you and your imagination as far as what type of campaigns you want to set up. But really quick, I do want to go over some of these questions because we're kind of falling behind, and I don't want to get lost. I feel like I'm getting lost in here. A lot of guys have a lot of questions, great questions in here. So we've got one here. What if I'm not using WooCommerce and neither Shopify?
Oh, you can use it for, as I mentioned, for any website, even a landing page. You just have to connect it to, you have to install the manual code onto your site or your website, and then you can just go ahead and use the drip form to get your customers into the workflow automation.
Perfect. Great question.
Yeah, it is.
Let me see here. I'm scrolling down. There's so many comments here. We'll go in here.
I apologize. I cannot see the comments or the questions because I've actually shared my screen. So I'm just seeing the automations. I'm actually hearing it from Aaron and then answering it to you guys.
Oh, you're not seeing the screen from here? This is the,
No,
I'm
no.
still getting used to StreamYard. So it's actually, I'm actually pretty impressed. I've got to admit. So another great question. How would you define the work of OmniKick in one line? Oh, here we go. Like the elevator pitch, such as it's an autoresponder or a CRO tool. What would be your one line elevator pitch?
Right. Well, the pitch
Ines is
that
making them think.
yeah, yes, actually. Well, the pitch that we talked about, the motto that we had actually is that increase your ROI or it's free. So that's what we are actually trying to follow, right? So at the end of the day, why would you go ahead and invest into OmniKick, whether that's your money or whether that's your time? Time is much more valuable than money. Money comes and goes, guys. So why would you invest your time into OmniKick, right? And if you don't get the return on it. So that is what the motto that we follow, increase your ROI or it's free, that's the thing. It's like McDonald's, you get a 30 minutes delivery or it's free.
How about like what type? I think he's trying to kind of ask like where would you define it as far as in the realm of tools, like online tools?
Right. Well, in that case, I'm confident, and I actually go ahead and say it around all the time. It like once we go ahead and complete the system, we can just go ahead and proudly say that this is actually the best omnichannel marketing automation platform.
Perfect. Armando, great question here. This is one that comes up quite a lot. What's the open rate?
Right. Well, the open rate, it actually depends, right, on your subscribers. But what we can do talk about is the delivery rate. So if you have a good reputation on your email and your domain, your delivery rate is around 97, 99%.
I think that's probably what he meant. But and guys, and remember, as far as here this month, actually, you're going to be able to own your add your own SMTP servers in there if you want. So if you have a specific provider like SendGrid, SendGrid's one that I'm used to. So like if you wanted to use AWS or SendGrid, whatever, you can certainly just add that on there as well.
Absolutely. Yes, we're working on to get the SMTP to you guys so that you can go ahead and use your own platforms.
Yeah. So, but as far as like if you're using OmniKick servers, they do watch it. It is something that they do monitor all the time. So at that point, yeah, you're looking at 97, 99%. But also keep in mind, guys, it's going to be dependent on you guys as well. You're going to want to make sure that you're not sending out to. It's going to, a lot's going to depend on your own. On your own behavior as far as like how you're doing the sends. Like you're going to clean up your list a lot of times. Super important to do no matter what you're using, no matter what type of tool you're using, to make sure that your lists are nice and clean and you've got great subscribers. So you're going to want to, over time, change that subscriber list up, get rid of people that, aren't even opening your emails for one. And start bringing people that are engaging. There's a lot of things that you can actually do. We should actually do a live on that as far as like how to better performance for your emails campaigns at some point.
Absolutely. And yes, I actually have a question. Like I'm going to answer a question that would actually come up and that came up before regarding this. Is that when you mentioned that they go ahead and clear their list. So yes, guys, you do have the option to delete your inactive subscribers and add new ones. You do have the option to that. So let's say if you buy a code and which has a limit of 6K subscribers, right, and you are filled on your 6K, right? What you can do is that if let's say you have a few hundred or a 500 or 1K subscribers which are inactive, so you can go ahead and delete them and add new. So there is an option to go ahead and add the old subscribers, delete the old subscribers, and add new subscribers, staying on your limit.
Perfect. All right, so let me see. I've got a great question here. Also, yeah. Let's see. These actions, delay, etc. options seems like we can set up dynamic automation. Yeah, exactly. And there's no limit to it, right? I mean, you can continually build, make the smallest, simplest ones you want to for a specific type of action, from your visitors all the way into very sophisticated, types of campaigns that are just amazing as far as like specific actions. Sending out certain type of sequences. depending on the flows that they're going through, the actions that everybody's doing. So yeah, setting it up is really easy once you start playing in here, which is amazing. Patrick, can you turn campaign emails into an automation emails? Yeah. So you would just
how you would go ahead and do it. Like once you go ahead and create your sequence, right? So that is campaign emails, right? And then you put them into the automation. So you first need to create the sequences and then create the emails in the sequences. And then on any automation or every automation, you can go ahead and use that sequence.
Perfect. Tanner's got a great question. All right, so he wants to know, does this work for cold email as well? No. You don't want to use this for cold email.
Right. Well, yes, you do not want to use it. We do not suggest you to use cold emails. But if you have to send out cold emails, then you do have the broadcast part. So you can go ahead and go into broadcast and create a new broadcast and send out to all of your subscribers, or you go ahead and segment some of your subscribers and you can go ahead and send it to them. You can send the broadcast that I showed on the last walk. So you can send a broadcast immediately, or you can schedule a broadcast. Let's say coming Friday, you're going on a holiday, right? But you need to send a special promotion exactly on Friday. So what you need to do, you need to schedule a broadcast for Friday, and then you go off to vacation on Thursday night, and then on Friday morning, exactly set your time, you'd go ahead, the system would go ahead and send out the broadcast while you're sitting on the beach, sipping on pina colada.
Margaritas,
sure, why not?
So yeah, for cold email, I would suggest using a specific cold email tool, like Sendvilla, Mailshake, Limlist, something like that. I mean, these are kind of cold emails once they sign up. It gets to be a first time send, but as far as like sending to a lead that doesn't know who you are, has never opted in for anything, no, you're going to want to use something very specific for that. Great question, though. Great question.
Yeah, exactly.
This looks really awesome. Just bought Krim, concern refunding and getting this. Yeah, I'd love to get the feedback on that for sure. I know the automation for OmniKick is no joke. These guys and the roadmap these guys have is absolutely amazing. So can't wait to get your feedback on that. Let us know, Tanner. Is there drag and drop email builder?
Yes, there is. And once I go through the questions, I cannot wait. I would go ahead and show you the sequences where the visual email builder is actually built in. So I can show you guys.
Tanner, on the cold email, that's what I figured regarding cold email. I just thought I would ask. Absolutely. Great question. Patrick, I mean, like previous broadcast email blast to list, then later add to an automation. So that's for his campaign to automation question. So for like a previous broadcast, email blast to a list, then later add to an automation. Yeah, I mean, you should be able to, right? Like, I mean, you can define it by like tags.
You go ahead and add the trigger that you go ahead and put the customers that you have sent the broadcast to, and then you go ahead and put them into the trigger, so you can send the automation sequence onto them.
It'd be cool, Patrick. If you've got an example, like a use case of how you're trying to think of doing a campaign, please put it down here, and maybe we could do it live.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be amazing.
And guys, obviously, just a reminder to you guys, the niche or the industry that has the most comments about that you want us to create a template for, we would go ahead and create that for you.
I was really impressed. I saw a couple for insurances, and I really like the food one. Hey, food industry is really hot, like food delivery right now, obviously. Absolutely. With everything going on. But I think that food delivery would actually make a great set of sequences. Great campaign.
But honestly, like that is why I was thinking, like, it is so similar, like the e-commerce and the food, that is so similar. Like e-commerce is that's selling different type of t-shirts and jeans and clothes, right? What is food doing? They are selling out, different type of, let's say chickens and different type of cuisines, whether that's pasta, pizza, burger, depending. So those are also products, you can say, in a way. So these are very similar. You can actually go ahead and use this welcome series, and you can just write food welcome series, or food delivery welcome series. You just rename it, right? Change your logo, and instead of the product image, you go ahead and put your food images. That's it. You're done.
Absolutely. And what's going to make this really just off the hook powerful is when you guys have the SMS in there and you're able to send out the text messages for people to opt in, which obviously for insurance is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like we've run in the past, we've run insurance campaigns, and yeah, having those phone numbers to do SMS blasts are imperative. I mean, they're absolutely amazing.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So yeah, regarding the phone numbers, what you can do when we go ahead and have the drip forms in place, so you would be able to add custom fields to it. So now what you can do is that you can collect the name and the email, right? But later on, you would be able to customize it. So you can go ahead and collect the information that you require. Let's say you don't require emails, right? You require phone numbers. You can collect their name and their phone numbers, or you can collect their name, email, phone numbers, all of it.
Absolutely. Again, it's really kind of it's really unlimited. I mean, it really comes out to what type of campaigns that you're running. If you're an agency, I know a lot of guys that have purchased this have already seen how powerful this is, because again, you can use it for so many different types of industries. I know some agencies are very niche orientated, others not so much. But as far as again, different industries are going to have kind of different needs, obviously different audiences for who your target audience is, generally responds better to certain things than other ones, for example. So whatever it is, which is great, you're able to set it up for that specific, again, if you're an agency, you're able to set up different campaigns for that specific niche with OmniKick for their target audience, because it's got everything combined together, which is great. So yeah, fantastic questions. All right, so let's see this. Let's see the visual builder on there.
All right, excellent. Let's go into it. All right.
Before we get backed up on there, I know a bunch of people are watching here, and they're like, "These questions are great, but we still want to see some cool stuff." So, guys, keep asking questions down below. We'll get back to them right away. Fantastic questions. Love them.
Okay. All right. So as I mentioned, there are 3 messages that we go ahead and create on the welcome series. So this is the first one. That is that's a demo name, right? So welcome to Catnip's family. That's actually a very cool e-commerce site that I checked out. I thought of using it, as a demo. So the e-commerce welcome series, that is the first email. Let me go ahead and show you the email. So this would be the email, right? So this is the visual email builder, guys. As you can see, they have their website here, right? Over here, you just write that thanks for joining the Catnip family. We're really excited to have you become a part of the millions of happy customer, letting them know what Catnip, the brand, is a little bit about. And then you give them an enticing message to go ahead and explore your website and go ahead and buy your product, right? You let them see your website, and you just write a simple welcome. I do suggest everyone that you go ahead and use this part, thanks for joining and your company, and then family, because the word family has a very big impact on customers, because they actually feel that it is a personal to them. And that way you would actually have more connectivity compared to if you just write the brand name, So over here, you have the option of how you want to go ahead and edit them, right? So if you click on section, so this is the section 1. If you click on text, you can go ahead and add the text. You can go ahead and add the spacing of the text. We just have the bold and the italics right now. We would have the font. That's some of the customers were actually talking about adding fonts to it. So yes, we would have the fonts, and we would also have the size, how you can go ahead and edit the size of the fonts. And we would have underline, you have the color for this. So these are actually being worked on. So we are tweaking the email builder a bit so that it is much more visualized, and so that people will be much more enticing compared to. So the images is there, right? Let me go ahead and, so over here, if I go to, so this is the layout, guys. As you can see, this was the first layout, right? So if you click here or here or here, so you just click on the plus sign to add more tabs, right? And if you go ahead and click the plus sign, you would have 4 options, right? Whether that's an image or a text or a spacing, right? And so yeah, let me go ahead and show you, right? So you see, I've added 2 now, right? Now, if I go ahead and click plus, I can go ahead and select image, text, button, or spacer. So any one of them, right? So I'm not going to use it now. So as I have already added this one, so this one actually came on the left side. I go ahead and edit the layout again, delete this, and then this one comes up again. So it's very simple, right? Everything, everywhere. If you want to add something, just click on the plus sign and choose what you want to add. What you want to add the image, you want to add text, you want to add a button, or you just want to add a spacer, right? So this is the first email, right? The footer, you can go ahead and write details about it, and you do need to keep this. So this is the CAN Spam Act, guys, and this is very important. If I go ahead and delete this, and if you go ahead and delete this, you will not be able to send out the email. The system will prompt you to go ahead and add this because this is very important. So you need to go ahead and always, right. So you need to go ahead and always, put the CAN Spam Hacked on the footer. The system is so easy, guys. It's like that once you go ahead and click on it, like just keeps on prompting you to go ahead and add layouts. So you can click anywhere. I clicked here mistakenly, and it just prompted me to add another layout. So it's totally up to me how I want to add it. So
it basically just holds your hand as you're doing everything.
Exactly, yeah. Because you just go ahead and crazy about it and add so many images. I would go ahead and show it on the next one. So this is just a very simple welcome, letting them know about what you feature, what your product is, and what your family is about, and how you started off, a bit about your family, and letting them know to go ahead and grab your product, right? Click on the explore button. Yes, obviously you can go ahead and change the color of the button, the text of the button, and the link to where it would go when you click on it. The vertical spacing, that is like you can make it big, you can make it smaller, you can widen it, or you can make a short button. So it's totally up to you how you want to go ahead. And yes, guys, once you are happy with your edits, do click on save before you go ahead and reload. Because for example, let's say I have widened it, right? And then I did not click on save, right? So if I reload right now, it will go back to the first size, as you can see. So yes, always go ahead, and once you are happy with one of your edits, just click on save, just a quick save so that you don't lose what you have actually worked on. So over here, just go ahead and change your website, right? And change some of your details of your website, and you're good to go. And you change the link where it would redirect to your website, and you'd be good to go with your welcome series of welcome to your family. Now, coming to the push for that. Right, so the push notifications, we go ahead and go into the push, right? So as the push notifications, as you can see over here, it's a bit tighter, right? So you have to use your words or your letters wisely so that it fits into the block, right? So that's why I went ahead and went to welcome to Ketpip's fam, being a bit trendy because they're actually featuring trendy products, right? So instead of family, you just shorten out it's fam, right? Be like beans. Bean is actually one of the characters that is featured on the t-shirts. So be like being, smart, funny, and trendy. And you obviously the target URL, you go ahead and use the website that it redirect to. I've also added I would go ahead and show this on the next one because I've added went from step by step on push notifications because we do not use it on every single. So the first one, you want to keep it very simple, letting your customer know about your product, and they can explore about it, not pushing them much. This is just a welcome message,
Right. And I love push notifications because, for me myself, I'd rather sign up for a push notification than for the emails from somewhere because I never check my emails. Like on a personal level, I never check my emails, man. But I'll see it come across the screen and I'll just kind of quickly look and glance. Yeah. And it's like, if I'm interested, fantastic. Thank you very much for getting the notification. I'm clicking on that. If I'm not interested, all right, fine. It came through. I saw it, no big deal. So exactly, I'm a very big proponent on them.
That's great. And you have the approximate preview of years of every single browser, whether it's Mac Chrome, Mac Firefox, Windows Chrome, Windows Firefox, and Android Chrome as well. So we have very different different type of previews on different type of browsers that you do not have on all push notifications softwares. They do not give so many options out for different browsers. So that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, because I've used them before in the past, and it's like, wait, it's only used. You can only use this for certain type of browsers. What am I supposed to do for the rest of the audience at that point?
Right, exactly, yeah.
So I love these. Love to hear. Well, let's get through some questions. We're starting to get backed up just a little bit here. Great questions coming through, and I think these are great questions where others want to know the answers too. So let me go through here. So for one, always a big one, keeps popping up. To when can we expect integration with Pabbly Connect? So first we need to get the webhooks, which these guys are pushing through right now. They actually changed up the roadmap specifically just for lifetimedeal.com members, for SaaS hackers. So first we need to get the webhooks set up, and then at that point, then we can look at the integration. So what do you think?
Well, yes, as soon as we have the webhooks, the integrations would be much more faster. So we can go ahead, and we're actually making a list of integration that customer is actually requesting, not just Pabbly, right? There are many things that they want to add. They want to add Amaze, they want to add some call softwares, they want to add some chat softwares. So once we have the webhooks in place, then we can just go ahead and start adding integrations like crazy.
So maybe like, I mean, it's really going to depend on the webhooks, but after that, then it's just a matter of, I don't know what the process is to go through like those guys over there specifically, but shouldn't be way too long after you have the webhooks. Let's see, Tanner, SMS is coming soon, or is it? It's there already. So it's not there yet. It is on the roadmap. It's something that these guys are very excited for pushing forward. MD, when is the SMS messaging coming? Automation?
It's on the roadmap. So let me just go ahead. The roadmap is an estimate, guys, right? But we are trying to push everything before that, right? That's what we're trying to do. So if we go to, let me see, SMS, right? So SMS and Messenger would actually come up. So we actually pushed SMS before Messenger. So because so SMS were much more popular. So we would go ahead and have it next year around April. That's just an estimate date, guys, but we are trying to push it much more faster, because once we go ahead and fill out these small things, because this webhooks is a new thing, right? So this actually set our timeline a month back, because we need to once work on these webhooks and get the integrations to you guys. So that's why the features that we had planned, the OmniBot and also the SMS, the Messenger bot, that is pushed out a bit further, a month or two. So that's why, yeah, exactly.
So we actually had a couple meetings about that. So you guys actually rearranged your entire resources, the planned out dates and everything. So they're trying to get everything that you guys are excited about, that you guys are upvoting on and giving the feedback for, to make sure that they're meeting like what your guys' needs are as well. So
absolutely.
That type of feedback is something that these guys want to hear, and they're taking very seriously as far as like getting that implemented as soon as they can. Okay, OmniKick has a messenger bot builder too. Did I see that right, or am I crazy? You're not crazy.
You're not crazy. We will have the messenger bot after the SMS is implemented.
So that's coming after the SMS. Perfect. Let's see here. Need to understand, what are the limitations on email contacts and push notification subscribers?
The subscriber limit is depending on the codes that you buy. So if you are getting the special deal that is going on, it's on for 14 days. So we may have 7 days, something like that, left of it.
I'll have to
so
check.
If you grab that, so it's around a week or so, more or less. So you'd be able to get 90K. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, finish out. Sorry.
Right. So you'd be able to go ahead and add 90K subscribers. So that is an option that you can take, or you can go ahead and if you do not have that much of a big subscriber list, then you can go for the single codes, which is 3K subscribers for one code. So that is the limit, guys. And the email sending, push sending is unlimited. So you can go ahead and send out as much push as you want, totally up to you. And email sending, technically it is unlimited as well, because we had actually a question regarding this on the group, and someone said that, so if it's 20 per customer per month, how is that unlimited? And my founder actually went ahead and answered that question. It's like other companies tell you that it is unlimited, but once you go ahead and send 15 emails to one customer in a month, then you actually fall into their fair usage policy. That means that you're actually spamming the customer and they won't let you send more. But we are letting you send 20. So we are actually beating even the unlimited people. They're saying unlimited, and even with our limit, we have more than unlimited. To be put into explanatory words.
Yeah, I think we better be careful with the unlimited, because that's I know for SaaS hackers, like you say unlimited, and everybody wants like unlimited, right? So, but
Yeah.
just like MD said, guys, like as far as like if you actually take a look like what the average send is for a company, I mean, what are you looking at? Like somewhere between 3 to 5 emails a month.
Exactly.
When you're the limit per contact, if you're using the OmniKick's server, which I want to specify, if you're using the OmniKick's server, okay, is going to be a max of 20 sends per month per contact. Okay, so think about that. Even if you were to full out blast 20 emails to one contact, chances are an average person is going to, unsubscribe or send you out to spam, right? I mean, think about that. 20 emails to somebody in 1 month. I mean, that's getting up there close to like, well, it's definitely one more than once trying to think, at least once every other day. So it's more than that. I mean, it's almost like once a day almost. Yeah. So that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot. Most people are just never, ever going to fall into that. Now, for whatever reason, if you did want unlimited sends, if you did want to send out every single day or multiple emails, to your subscribers every single day, I don't know why. I would never suggest that. That would be like the last thing you'd want to do, I would think. Yeah. If there's a use case out there, please let me know, other than transactional emails. But again, on the 20th of this month, September, the ability to add your own SMTP server, so your own server basically, will allow you to have unlimited sends. So at that point, you're not dependent on the OmniKick servers. So there is no email sending. You're just dependent on the amount of contacts. And just as MD said, as far as the push notifications, that's unlimited. So yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, send out 10 a day, 20 a day, 100 push notifications a day, hey, go for it.
Yes, that is totally fine. Because sending out 20 emails to a customer a month, that is annoying. But push notification just comes up on the right corner, so that's not much more annoying. So customers can go ahead and get as much as one. That's not an issue.
Yeah, there's no way I could do it to our subscribers for sure. I know from our end, I've seen anything that I get like that, it's like, okay, I can't deal with you anymore, man.
Absolutely.
Great question. Okay, so Patrick has follow-up. All right. So this is a follow-up on his automation. So he was asking about, so if I decide to send an email blast covering something like a coupon for Black Friday deal to my list, then later decide I want every new subscriber to get that same email. So now I just want to take that email that I used, plug it into an automation sequence based on a subscriber actions. Mm-hmm. Instead of rewriting email, just plug that blast in an automation or save campaign email as a template to use later. So for one, if you want to save, that's a great question. If you want to save, I mean, you can use a sequence in the automations. Can you save a specific email to add to automations later, MD?
Yes, well, the specific email is that's what you are saving on the sequence. You can just go ahead and so what we are doing on the sequence is that we are giving the opportunity to add multiple emails and multiple push notifications. If a customer just wants to save one email, they can go ahead and do that.
Okay, so all right, so let's walk this back. So if I decide to send an email blast covering something like a coupon code for Black Friday, then later decide I want every new subscriber to get that same email. So now I just want to take that email that I used, plug it into an automation sequence based on subscriber actions to rewriting emails. Yeah. So basically what you would do is you would write out a campaign. You would create a campaign, send that campaign to your subscribers, your current subscribers. Then you would go create your automation, and you would use that same campaign, that saved same campaign, plug that into the automation. Am I saying that right, MD?
You just go ahead and create a path so that the customers can go ahead and get into it. So in order for the customers, like new subscribers tag, so how would you go get your subscribers into that automation is the main thing. You can send the sequence, you can send the emails, you can send the messages, but how would you put them into it is like they come into your, let's say you already send out a promotion, right? And every single person that is coming into your website after the day of the blast that you send, or after the day of the email that you sent out, then you can go ahead and have that form where they go ahead and subscribe, and then you go ahead and apply the tag of a new subscriber. Once they are tagged in the new subscriber, you go ahead and send them an action, send a sequence, and send them the email that you go ahead and send it before. So putting them into the workflow is how you would go ahead and do it.
Perfect. Hopefully that answered your question, Patrick. Let us know if it did or if it didn't. All right. So great questions, guys. Great questions. All right. So let's see. Okay. Are you planning to add pop-ups for coupons, emails, grabbing, or banner? Pop-ups for coupon, email, grabbing, or a banner?
Pop-ups are everything. It's totally up to you. We would have all of the options there.
So yeah, I mean, current for email grabbing, I'm assuming you mean like opt-ins. Yeah, they're already there for opt-ins. Let's see, for coupon codes. Yeah, I mean, you could use one for a coupon code.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
Text, right?
The Omnibot, you would actually have the Omnibot, right? So that actually pop up from one side of your screen, and then you can go ahead and ask questions. You can go ahead and interact with your customers with a banner or an email grabbing form, or you can go ahead and give them coupons that use this coupon to go ahead and purchase our product. So it's totally up to you how you want to use it.
Now, as a banner, I'm not sure. Are you guys planning a banner? Or do you guys have a banner, like a widget?
Yes, well, the drip form that we had on version 1, once we go ahead and add this, we can go ahead and have a banner that is on the top, right? And you can go ahead and show it depending on what you want to use it. There's also a time banner there. You can put a specific time of your promo as well. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Patrick, can I format my email subject line?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Let's see. Another question. How long has OmniKick platform been around? Is it well funded to continue growth? So, MD, how long have you guys been around?
Absolutely. So OmniKick has been around since 2016. That's when we started our journey with OmniKick version 1. And after we had a good feedback about our version 1 tool and customers backing it up and using it, we thought to give it a boost and make it that omni-channel marketing automation platform that we started off from last year, and then we are building into it and getting feedback from the community. That's why we are over here, so that you guys can use it, give us feedback, give us reviews, and so that we can make it the top-notch platform that you need.
Always room for growth, no question about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. We do not plan on looking back. We just plan on looking forward and taking our customers to a level that they cannot imagine.
Perfect. Patrick, is there an undo button on the email editor?
You can just go ahead and delete it. That's the thing, right? On the email, as I said, like on the you have segments, right? So you have added an image, let's say, right? You can just click on edit layout, and you can just delete that image and then add another layout.
Got it. Got it. Undo.
You can add each part of it, whether that's text, image, or how you want to do it. Right?
Okay. I'm trying to think. Is that like, because I know there's like on some editors, you've got the I guess it would be undo, but it's like the back button basically, and then just kind of undoes.
No back button. No.
But you right, but you would just So currently there's no undo button, I guess, at this point. But that is something to look. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
that like there's no direct undo button, but you can just go ahead and do it yourself. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can understand where it's coming from, because sometimes like you type something, you've got something really cool, you spend a lot of time on it, you didn't save it before you added it, you're thinking, oh wow, this is going to be great, and then you do something that changes, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't even remember everything that I put down there now. So I can see a use case for that. I've done it. So that's something that's actually a great point, Patrick. Definitely something possibly look at for that later on. When adding product from WooCommerce, let's see. When adding product from WooCommerce possible, as per user's preferences, wish list, or abandoned cart. So, is adding a product from WooCommerce possible, as per user's preference, wish list, or abandoned cart?
Right. At this point, you can go ahead and no, adding product is not available right now, but we're actually putting it in once we have the other integrations in place. But regarding WooCommerce, what you can do right now, how you can use it is you can use it to submit a form, and then they submitted it, and then you can put them into different tags, and then you can go ahead and add them onto workflows.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Perfect. Great question. Okay, so Patrick, so we used a 45-day email series for a boot camp. So we emailed every day, not to mention the welcome email, transaction, webinar announcements, etc. So I can see more than 20 emails for some people. Yeah, there's definitely use cases. Definitely when you're using with the transactional emails in there. So on that there, what we'd want to do is, basically just connect it up to your own servers, your own sending service like SendGrid or something like that, for sure. But yeah, I mean, as far as like the automations, everything, definitely possible to do that. No question about it, for sure. Okay. Patrick, regarding subject line format, can you show an example? Like if I want my subject line to be bold or italics, so when it goes inbox and stands out.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want me to start on the sequence part? Because I just showed the first part only. There's two more LS.
Could you show the subject line real fast, and then we'll move into the to that part real fast?
Absolutely, yes. This is the this would be the subject line, as you can see. Welcome to Catching's Family. So if you go ahead, and obviously it is editable, right? So email subject. So this is your subject. At this point, you just have it in plain text. You'd not be able to go ahead and add bold or italics to it. But in the future, yes, you'd be able to make it bold or italic. But this is the subject that you can go ahead and edit, and you can also add the pre-header here.
Cool. Cool. Okay, I think we're caught up on questions.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So we're on the first one. So you go ahead and send, create the email, create the push, right? It's done. You edit it based on your product or your company. And then you select the settings, right? These are very important, guys. So you send the messages immediately, obviously, right? But would you send both of them together, right? No, right? You can go ahead and select if you want to send all the channels at once, right? If you want to send all channels, keeping a gap between channels. For example, you send the email, and then after 30 minutes, you go ahead and send the push notifications. But still, even if the customer, let's say, bought the product on the email, they would still get the push notification after 30 minutes. So what is the best option? The best option is that send to next channel, only the subscriber did not take any action in previous channel. That means that the customer has not interacted in email, and then after 30 minutes, he gets a push. Once we go ahead and add Messenger and SMS, you can create the gaps in between. So if a customer did not interact on email, they get a push notification. They did not interact in push notification, they get a Messenger message. If they did not interact in then message, they get an old school SMS, right? So totally up to you. But this is actually the best option rather than annoying your customer. And you also know which channel they are most active in. And then you can just go ahead and interact with them later on with that specific channel rather than sending them multiple messages on multiple channels.
Perfect. And guys, again, if you've got like a specific type of niche or industry that you'd like to see templates for, make sure put them in the comments. We actually have a post inside the lifetimedeal.com group. You go in there. There's a very specific post. You can find it and just put what type of templates you would see, what type of campaigns you would like to see. Maybe you've thought about using some sort of automation, setting it up, but you were like a little bit shy about trying to, or didn't know where to start to make a campaign. Let these guys know inside the comments, and we'll make sure we'll do everything we can to get that set up inside the OmniKick platform for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go into our message 2. It's just for us to write, so that's why you can just write it message 2 or message 1, because customers won't see it. This is just for you to remember, or you can just write welcome series message 2. It's totally up to you. So this is the subject line, like something special just for our family. Go ahead and edit this. So this is the email, so the email subject line, and this is the visual email editor. So we do not have the product like featuring the product in place, but you can use it this way. As you can see, it also looks like that you're featuring your product, right? So this is the header. On the first one, I did not have any header, right? Over here, I have the header. So if I click on the header, you can go ahead and edit the background. This is the background. You can go ahead and add text over here. It's totally up to you. Now, this is section 1, this part, right? So every single one that you click, you have the edit options over here, right? Every single option that you click, you have the edit option here. Again, if you click on this, you have the edit option here, right? This is also, you can go ahead and edit your text. Totally up to you, right? So we do not have the increase in size text or the bold, yes, the increase in size text or this bullet points of thing. So you can just go ahead and write it down on your notepad, on your Word doc, and you can just copy paste the text here. It will show exactly how, so like I did, right? Because if I write it over here, it will just show the simple text. But I can go ahead and write it somewhere else and just copy paste it here, and it can show you the different way that you're seeing. So this is how the email would actually be featured to the customer. It looks so cool. Every single link that you have, it goes to that specific product. So you can go ahead and add the link here, and it goes to this product. Same as with this one, you can click on this and it goes to this product, and you can click on this and it goes to this product. Then just letting them know, check out our new designs and collections and get your trendy look on point. Letting them know about what they can get and how exciting this is and the new designs that came up. So you're happy to announce this to your customers. So this is how, so you can go, if it's any other e-commerce store. So yeah, any other e-commerce store, you can go ahead and change this image and put your images of your products, and you can change this text and add description of your products. Now coming to the food delivery thing, right? So regarding the food delivery, you can just go ahead and add your food image here and letting them know the type of food that you're providing and give the link to buy that food, right? Buy that platter. Over here, same thing. You can add another food item and you write the description of the food item. You add the button and the button goes to that food or goes to that link where you can go ahead and purchase that specific food, whether that's pizza, burger, pasta, chow mein,
Nachos,
nachos, yeah,
tacos,
tacos, totally up to you
steak,
guys.
whatever.
Steak, yeah, that's one of my personal favorites, guys. Steak and chow mein. Like I'm mad for those things. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, and you
So,
can actually section it out too, segment it. So if you've got a company, for example, if you got a bunch of like employees, right, at local offices, a lot of employees have favorite restaurants for like lunch, for example. So you could actually segment that out. So I mean, yeah, I mean the food example was actually a great
that is actually
suggestion.
on point, and you can just use it on this one as well. So the food is already done for you guys. Rather than sending them T-shirt, go ahead and send them pasta. Right. So yeah, so this is what you'd have. As you can see, you can add more products if you want. Just click on the edit layout, for example. Let me show you. So here you go. So if I go ahead and click add more, There's another one. If I go ahead and click add, no, just okay, yeah. So this is so simple, guys. You click on something, it goes everywhere, right? So you have to be very careful once you're clicking things on it, right? So yeah. So let me just go ahead and edit layout.
And for those, there's a lot of you that have already picked up a lot of codes. For those of you that have picked up a code, and if you want some help setting up your automations, you're not sure where to start, for example, or maybe you just want some suggestions as far as best user, ideas, use cases, etc., how to set up for your specific niche, contact us. Let us know. Either contact me, contact MD, contact both of us, whoever. But message us, and I mean, we could always jump on a Zoom call, do anything we can to help you guys out and get set up. I mean, that's
absolutely,
the main
absolutely.
for you guys. So start making money. Make sure you're out there hustling, making money, and using this so that you can, help out your clients, help out your audience, and make money.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've added 3 products. You can go ahead and add more products. You can just go ahead and add the image and add the text and add another button under it, and you can go ahead and add more products to it. So there is no limit to the email builder, like how many products or how many images you can add. You can go ahead and go crazy with your layout and make a long email or make a short email. It's totally up to you. So yeah. So that is regarding the second one, letting them know about what you have, what product you are giving right now, the new designs, new promotions, things like that on the second welcome email of the welcome series. Now coming to the push notifications. So I've added something new on the push notifications. Let me share that with you guys. So on the first push notification, as you can see, it was simple text, right? Over here, what you have, you can go ahead and add image as well. So this is the part where you go ahead and add your image. This show big image in notification, and you enable a button as well. So you can add the button, right? And also you can add the image as well. So the customers on the push would be able to see what you are getting, right? So rather than just reading the text, they can see the image. Oh, okay, that's such a cool design. And then go ahead and click buy now right now. So it's much more intriguing to them. So when you're featuring, also for this, go ahead and add your image of pasta, and send them, and then see they just get hungry by seeing it, and they just click buy now and order now to get the pasta in, So
absolutely, put a nice image of a milkshake on there, and you're gonna have a ton of clicks on there. Hey, Patrick's got a quick question. If someone unsubscribes, can we add a questionnaire feedback form to understand why they unsubscribed, so they can get further insights?
Right. Once someone unsubscribes, there's actually feedback that they would actually let you know once they click on unsubscribe why they unsubscribe. Hello.
Well.
Yeah. Okay. I thought I lost you. All right.
Nope. Still here.
So, yeah. Okay. Great. So the unsubscribe is that on the email. On the Canon Spam Act, there's actually unsubscribe link. So when they go ahead and click on that unsubscribe link, they are redirected to an unsubscribe page, right? Where they can just, select an option letting why they unsubscribe.
So I think, let me see here. So it looks like on the page, so it looks like we stopped broadcasting for whatever reason.
No, we are live actually.
We still live?
Yeah.
My Facebook kicked me off then. Let me see.
It does show live. Yes, guys, we have been talking on for so long right now. It's past an hour. We just lost track. Facebook is like, stop it, guys. You're taking too long.
Yeah, I don't think we're streaming anymore. We're not streaming in the group anymore. Looks like it ended.
No, it is still live. It does show live.
You can see it live on your end?
Yeah. Yes, guys, we have been talking on for so long right now. It's past an hour. There's just a delay on the group if you see it on Facebook the group. It's like, stop it, guys.
Mine restarted. like in the group.
Yeah, I don't think we're streaming.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
We are. What is the latest comment that we received?
You are live.
Yes, you are live. Yes, someone actually mentioned you are live. Thank you so much. Thank you so
So
much.
I can't see it for whatever reason. Like it's in the group, in the actual group, it actually stopped for whatever
Sometimes
reason.
it just
So
delays on the group, on the page, you know,
like
coming.
it like literally restarted the it stopped and then it restarted the video in here. So that's kind of odd. I've never seen that before.
Right. All right. So
Oh,
our
okay.
customers
There's
are
an
here to
error.
back
Let me
up.
see.
You are live. So yeah, let me just go back.
All right, my
And
apologize. Okay, so here's what happened, guys, just so everybody knows. So inside this group, I actually got a notification here in StreamYard, so it's saying we're having trouble streaming to Facebook, but it's just on this one group. So all the other groups are still there, and that's the one that I was actually looking at. So that's what's happening here. So I'm not sure
got it.
what happened there. So by all means, continue.
Okay. All right. So the chair. Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. So this was the second series, second email, and second push notification of welcome series. So this is the second one. You go ahead and let them know about the product. Don't miss out. Our sold out designs are back. You know, they can see the product and see the name. It's all good in my hood. You know, it's a very intriguing product. So some catchy type of stuff. People would be intrigued by it, and they just click on buy now and go ahead and buy the product. So that was the second message of the welcome series. You'd be able to, it's totally up to you guys that if you want to keep both the option of using email and push for each message, or if you want to mix it up, let's say you want to send email and push on the welcome first message, and then on the second message, you just send out the push, or you just send out the email. Totally up to you, right? So on the settings, what happens on the settings, right? When do we send the second message? So we send the message 2 days after the previous message. So we have it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We do not want to bother people on the weekend. If you want to bother people on the weekend, that's totally up to you. You can select Saturday and Sunday. Depending on actually where you're based, weekend actually changes. So some of, like for in my country, the weekend is Friday and Saturday. The local, I mean the national holiday, the national weekend. So on Sundays, obviously you can go ahead and engage, and you can unclick Friday, and you can click Sunday to Thursday. Totally up to you. What time of day should we send, and how many days should we wait before we go ahead and send the second message? And again, on the second settings, I always go ahead and select this. If the customer do not engage on one of the channels, then you go ahead and send them a message on the next channel. So this is the message 2. Now coming to the message 3. So you sent out 2 emails, right, in a gap of 3 days, and you sent out 2 push notifications, but you have not converted them into a customer. What can you do, right, to actually give them that lucrative option to buying your product, right? You give them you give them a discount code, you give them a promo code, right? So we are excited to save you 15% on your next purchase. So that is the third email for the welcome series, right? So a limited time discount offer just for you. Use promo K15 and get 15% off. You showcase your products and you're getting 15% off of everything, right? Claim your discount now. So this actually takes this button takes to the website, right? That you want to feature it, and then each image, you can go ahead and select your image. Over here again, coming to the food industry, you can add 4 different type of food items over here, right? And 50% off of everything, and just use your food promo, right? And then they get 15% off for every food item that they buy. You can just redirect uh, the claim your promo, you know, or claim your discount now, and just redirect to your food website, and they can just buy the items.
Perfect.
Right? So it's totally up to you. So every single thing is customizable. I'm just going through it I'm going through it a little bit faster. The reason is the first ones I showed in detail, so you guys already figured out how to go ahead and create the layouts. I will not just waste time on those. You can edit your text. You can center them or align them. You can edit these buttons. You can edit the background. It's totally up to you how you want to edit them. Over
So,
here,
I mean, everything's editable, guys. So you can just go
yeah.
in there, change everything up for your own, your own products, your own niche, your own services. And again, you can use. I mean, you don't have to use like a specific sequence type of campaign, a specific campaign for a specific niche. I mean, you might see one in there that fits you better. Let's say if you go in there and you see one for e-commerce, for example. But you know what? The way it's set up, this is actually perfect for, whatever, insurance, or like we're talking about, like food delivery. Okay, fine. Just change up a few things in there and boom, you're ready to go.
Right. Yeah. Also regarding insurance, right? For example, guys, let's say you have 4 types of policies for insurance, right? So you can create policy 1, policy 2, policy 3, and policy 4, and you can have 15% off of all policies, right? So they can just put a code and they can just get their policies online, and they get 15% off on their first purchase. So you can also use it for insurance as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anything. I mean, whatever you're selling, if you're online, whatever you're selling, whatever you're promoting, absolutely maybe just make an announcement on certain things, or like Patrick had a great one for the boot camp, for example.
Absolutely.
Courses. It's really unlimited. So absolutely amazing.
All right.
So where are we at on the campaign here?
Last one. We are at the last one. That is the push notification for message 3. So this is the push notification that you're prompting them. So 15% off just for you. You being personal to your customers, engaging them, making them feel special. So it is just for you. A customer sees that, okay, it's just for me. At the back of your mind, even if you know that it is for everyone, you still get a click at the back of your mind saying, okay, it's for me. And you feel special. So that's how we want to go ahead and make our customers feel. Use the promo K15. You can also, this is a cool feature, guys. Over here, you can add emojis to it. So you can add different type of emojis that we have in place after your text, depending on you. I used one which is a star face, so he's very excited. Oh, okay, he's 50% off. So you can use.
Who doesn't love emojis?
Exactly.
It's just. Yeah,
So
you have
use
to have
your
emojis.
emoji based on your preferences and the website. And yeah, so this is the preview that you'd have. The reasons, the push notification, guys, try to have very small quotes, as you'd say, quotes, but very intriguing, right? So you have to have your point done or point across to your customers in 4 or 5 words, so that it is visible. The more, if I write more over here, it will just not be visible on the preview, so the customer will not be able to read it, right? So it's better to keep it short and sweet so the customers know exactly what they're getting. So that is all for the sequence, and obviously the last setting of the sequence for message part 3, that is that when you would go ahead and send this message. So we sent the first one, we waited 2 days, we send this, 3 days are gone, right? And so we wait 3 more days, right? So total 6 days. So let's say this is a 7-day campaign. The welcome series campaign is a 7-day campaign. So after 3 days, we go ahead and send them this promo if they haven't made the purchase. If they had made the purchase, then this would not be sent, right? Because that would actually finish the automation that I showed before. If the order is created, then the customer is exited, so they will not get the message moving forward. So after 3 days, customer hasn't purchased or hasn't gotten a product, you go ahead and send this message to them on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or depending on days you choose. And obviously on the settings, I always like to keep it this way, that if they do not engage on the first channel, they go ahead and engage on the next channel. So that would be the sequence. So as you can see, it is the time that is needed to create the sequence. The automation part is very easy, guys, right? If I go to automation, you just click on it and start creating automation. This part is very easy. It's very simple, looks nice, all is created. Only this one action or one sequence takes most of your time to actually create it, because this one sequence has 3 emails and 3 push notifications in it. So this is the most important part of your entire automation. And this is also created for you. So you just change your images, change your logos, change your brand tagline, and go ahead and send it. And the push notifications messages are almost same. So you can use directly those. You just change your coupon code name or change your brand website. That's it. And it's ready to go. So yeah, so that's about
Perfect.
it for the welcome series, e-commerce welcome series workflow. I can just call it a welcome series workflow because you can use it for any industry or niche, depending on like based on what I just showed you. So you can use it for e-commerce, online stores. You can use it for food delivery, and you can use it for insurance as well. Giving them new policies or letting them know about the policies that you have. So that is all. Let's go out and dive into questions then.
All right, perfect. So, and guys, and that's we took a lot of time on that because obviously we answered a lot of questions in between there. So if you're just watching this as a replay, go ahead and you can fast forward through some of that. But everything's set up in there. Again, you would just go in there. You can have everything set up ready to go within like 5-10 minutes. The way everything's set up. Go in, check the sequences, change it up as needed, add logos, change images, etc. And then go into the actual automation part, make sure everything's set and designed how you want it to go out, and boom, you're ready to go. It's already set up. So Patrick has a question. Not sure if I missed, but can I put a retargeting pixel inside of an email? So is there, does it allow HTML, for example, for inside the emails for retargeting pixels, or?
Right, we actually have an HTML editor compared to visual editor as well. The HTML editor is very basic, so that's why I did not show it. But on the email, you have two options. You can use the visual editor, or you can use the HTML editor, where you go ahead and hyperlink and click links and things like that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, or I mean, if anybody has like a link shortener with the ability to add pixels inside there, you can always just create your links inside there and then transpose those into the actual email, the visual editor, for example, or even your push campaigns as the URL that you want them to click on. And once they click on that, boom, then you have them inside of your remarketing.
Yep.
Perfect. So this is amazing. Once again, your guys' automation is absolutely outstanding. Again, we took a lot of time to do that. Like quite candidly, if we just went through, we didn't answer any questions or anything like that, we would have probably we could set it up with literally like 5 or 10 minutes. So anybody, as far as like, if you have any questions, make sure that you reach out to me, reach out to MD. If you need help getting anything set up, let us know. We want to make sure that you're using it. I mean, OmniKick, it's very powerful. Obviously, it's badass, but it's very powerful, very robust, and you can use it right outside the box. So as soon as you get your coupon code, log in, get it set up. If you have any questions, let us know. But it's ready to go, guys. It's ready. The automation is in there to start using with your own audience for your own campaigns. Again, it doesn't have to be e-commerce. It could be SaaS. It can be, it can be your software. It could be promotions if you've got courses going on. Food delivery, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really unlimited. If you're online and you're marketing, if you have an audience, no matter what you're doing, it's pretty much got you covered as far as with the emails for one, obviously the push notifications for two, and everything coming. So very cool. And yes, once the SMS is added on there, along with the Omni bot that's coming, yeah, very, very, very powerful tool. A lot of tools when it comes to the automation. You're spending a lot of time, like people have brought up, like Pabbly, for example, Zapier, etc., where they need to connect everything. The nice thing is this is being set up and created in a way where you don't have to connect so many different tools. Each tool is actually very, very powerful within itself. Like the push notifications. One thing that I love about that is it's not a cheap push notification platform at all. Like I've seen push notification platforms, standalone systems that market as them, just that's all they do, right? But it's not even as powerful or as robust as the one that you guys have.
Excellent. Yes, absolutely. And regarding the tools, connecting the tools, different tools that you mentioned, yes. Regarding OmniKick, what you need to do, you just need to connect the OmniKick software or the OmniKick code into your website or your platform. and everything that OmniKick features is automatically connected to you. You don't need to connect it on separate basis.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. So I think we went a little bit past our designated time, but super grateful for everybody that stuck with us. Appreciate it very much. MD, thank you so much for your time. I know it's really late over there. What time is it over there for you right now? 12, 1?
12:36 a.m. We just crossed another day. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time with us, with me, and then obviously with the lifetimedeal.com SaaS hackers. And everybody that's been watching, thank you so much. For the people that wanted the free coupon code, I will be adding those up. And making the announcements. Plus, I still got to make the announcements for last week's as well, technically today too. I was going to do that last night, but been trying to get on that, guys. I apologize. Been super busy. You guys have been keeping us busy over here. A lot of exciting stuff with OmniKick coming, and a lot of great feedback, a lot of great emails from people. I can't tell you. Excuse me. Can't tell you how many people we've had in the chat, sending emails, even in the messenger, asking about Omnibot. So can't wait to see this thing, on everybody's website and seeing everybody all the types of workflows that we should do. In fact, maybe that's something we should do, is have a contest for someone that builds, the best type of workflows.
Yes, absolutely. And before we go ahead and finish this, I just want to share with you guys that, I just want to share with you guys this. This is the OmniKick V2 user manual, right? So guys, with this one, you would actually be able to, let me just go ahead and give a quick about it. So, right. So the V2 user manual actually gives you all of the setups that you need to do, how you go ahead and do your site setup, your WordPress installation, your BigCommerce installation, your Shopify installation, your Google Analytics, your basic setup, basic email settings, the push settings, right? The chiclet settings, the subscriber, how to filter, how to add new, how to create broadcast, how to create sequences, how to create or edit rules and workflows. So this is a very important link for you guys, a URL where you'd be able to go ahead and see it step by step and set up everything that you need to get connected with the system, and also using the features of the system. If you do not want to see the walkthrough or the lives, if you do not want to see the video lives and then work on it, you can just go ahead and open this on a new tab, right? And you see it, and then you go ahead and set up all that you need to do. So this is also this. So this link I would go ahead and provide to all of you guys, right? This is also featured. Is it featured on the Lifetime Deal website, Aaron?
Not for this. No, exactly. If somebody went to the website right now, where would they go to find this?
Okay.
If they went to OmniKick right now.
There is a separate link for it. So that's why I can go ahead and share the link with you. That's what I can do. Okay. It's a separate knowledge base URL link. Let me go ahead and put it on the comments. I'll be able to put it on the.
That'd be good to put on the website, at least in the help section, the knowledge base or something as well.
Yes.
If not on the footer or even inside
the comment, and you can put it out on the post, right? Every single time I go live on on our group, OmniKick family group, right? It is actually on the post of it. So everyone that is on the OmniKick LTD family, they have access to it, and the customers are the people who are not into the OmniKick LTD family. I would go ahead and urge you to go ahead and join that, because that group actually gets all the latest updates, and I come in live over there once or twice a week, just to chat about it and letting them know about the latest updates, because it's not actually possible to go live or everywhere, multiple times, but it is possible to have short lives on your groups. So I would encourage everyone, go ahead and join the OmniKick LTD family. Search on Facebook, OmniKick LTD family, and you find it.
Well, yeah, and we'll go ahead and put the make sure to get the link for that as well for the group. I'll go ahead and post that as a regular post as well.
Absolutely. Yes. So go ahead and go over there, and you would also find tutorials of each setup. So we have broadcast and sequence tutorials there as well. Automation tutorials had been done with Aaron on the first lifetime deal video, and also over here you have specific industry automation that is done today. So you have all of those, and also some questions and answers of basic questions that we post, and basic answers that we provide to the customers that have any. So over there, we are very engaged. We are there, me, my CEO, my CTO, all of us in that group, so we can go ahead and engage with you personally and help you out instantly. So that's why. So yeah, that's about it, guys. So let's go ahead and let us know the questions that you have, the feedback that you have. Create your automations. Don't worry about it. Create 10. Delete 5. It's totally up to you. There's no limit to it, right? So if you think that you have a limit of creating, let's say 100 automations a month, and you cannot create anymore, we have no limits on it, guys. So keep on. It's like writing your novel. So you keep on writing on pages, crumbling them and throwing it on the trash bin. Write another page, start writing another page. So same like it. Create your automation. You don't like it, delete it. Create another one. So it's totally
or
up
add
to
to it, delete, try different things. Split test things. Try. That's the number one way to find out what's working, what's not working.
Absolutely.
All right, it's Patrick. Sorry, my last question. Can you add personalization on images? So I'm going to go ahead and say they're not set up specifically for that. But again, you have the HTML editor, right, for people to use?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can hook up, and Tanner's over here. He's like, oh, yeah, using Hyperize with OmniKick would be sick. I agree. So absolutely, guys. So if you got something like Hyperize, or another type of platform that does that, as long as you got the HTML, you should be able to combine the two. And maybe they can even take a look at some sort of integration later down the road or something.
Yeah.
And again, any sort of integrations or feature requests you guys have, make sure that you let the team know, because that's going to be something that's going to make it only more powerful, for you guys and the team as well, right? Because this is their baby. I mean, this is something they put their blood, sweat, and tears into over years of work. So they want to make sure that it's the best thing out there since sliced bread. So guys, I'm go ahead and make a post for the group itself. I've also put a comment link inside the group comment here for the OmniKick group, but make sure you go join over there as well, so you're updated with everything going on that's strictly OmniKick. All the latest updates or everything in there are going on. Plus, these guys do a weekly live in there as well, so you're able to catch what's new, what's happening, ask other questions if you need help with anything, talk to other users that have been using it. And help out with the automations, etc. But I'm kind of liking the idea as far as like some sort of contest, like making some automation campaigns. That would be kind of cool to see what people come up with.
The best automation creator.
Yeah, like a title. We'll even give them a special title for something. So guys, let us know what you think of that contest idea. If that's something that you'd like to see, let us know down in the comment. As always, if you guys have any questions or anything, let us know. We'll make sure we'll answer them as soon as possible. MD, thank you so much. As always, go to bed, man. But you're probably up for a few more hours anyways, right? It's only like 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. over there. So awesome. All right. As always, thank you guys. Thanks, SaaS Hackers. Thank you so much, OmniKick team. And we will see you everybody inside the group.
All right, guys. Peace.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.